What is up, everybody? I'm No Lex Given here with your afternoon snap, and today we've got a full-blown Lamentis-1 off. And this deck is really good with Lamentis-1, gives me a huge null and a free death. So I'm snapping here on turn 2 to Lamentis-1. We've got Galactus, we've got death, we've got null. So we've probably got what it takes to grab the win. My opponent is going to stay in it though with a Wolverine into Attalon. Attalon making a Lamentis-1 game very interesting because we might not have all of these cards every turn though. By the end of the game, we will have drawn through our entire deck. And then location number 3 is Gamma Lab. That's a really good location to throw Electro in. So I'm gonna play Electro into Gamma Lab and then throw Death into Lamentis-1. I feel like it could be important to have priority. And if I can play my Death this turn, then it's going to increase the chances that I'm able to draw Galactus next turn. And with an Electro from my opponent as well, it does seem like we are looking at a Galactus mirror, which is scary because it means that my opponent might also have access to some similarly powerful cards in this heads-up match here. So we are going to draw the Galactus on turn 4, but we don't have the energy to play it just yet. So I'm going to drop Dr. Octopus this turn into Lamentis-1. The next turn I can play Galactus into Attalon, hopefully with priority, so that way it gets to go off unaffected. But regardless, my opponent won't be able to play their own Galactus into Lamentis-1, and all of this should just allow me to drop a huge null into Attalon to win the game. However, it's not going to be quite that simple. This is a pretty crazy game. We're going to flip over our Dr. Octopus, bringing out my opponent's Dr. Octopus as well, which is going to drag in my Galactus and my Wave. So we've got a fun one here. My opponent is also going to flip over their own Wave and Kang, which means we're gonna do this all again. They played Shang-Chi for turn, blowing up my Death and my Dr. Octopus. But we get another crack at the apple here, another chance to potentially make this go off, and I have a feeling my opponent is definitely going to play their Shang-Chi into Lamentis-1 again. I think that's just a really good play here, especially thinking that my plan is to play Dr. Octopus, setting up for the Galactus. So now this time I'm going to drop my Doc Ock into Attalon, so that way at least Doc Ock doesn't get blown up by my opponent's Shang-Chi, which I'm pretty sure they're still going to play into Lamentis-1. We can see again my Dr. Octopus drags out their Dr. Octopus, which is going to take my whole hand with it here, my Galactus, my Null, and my Wave, and their final card in their hand is just going to be their Wave. So they did play Shang-Chi into Lamentis-1 yet again. And then the final card in my deck is Absorbing Man. That's the last card that I can draw, and we don't know what is in my opponent's hand, but we know that that's also their last card. And I do actually have a huge advantage this game because we didn't have Kang in our deck after the Lamentis-1. That means that my opponent, this is their last card that they have. Neither of us have a single card left in our deck, and their last card is Galactus, which is going to mean that they lose the Gamma Lab and they lose the game. That's gonna be it for this game and for this video. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm No Lex Given. Peace.